Welcome back, Nerglings. Today we're taking a look at what I've left to do for my Chaos Dwarf Army. But before we start, be sure to like, share, subscribe and ring the tallyman's bell so you don't miss an update. Right, so I was hoping this list would be somewhat shorter than it has turned out to be. Partly as I was trying to stop buying stuff whilst doing the project, impossible, and partly because I haven't painted as much as I would like, standard. But that's just how it is, I guess. What I've tried to do in the following video is split the units up, almost by classic army list. Firstly, the characters and champions, then special units followed by regular units, and finally support and war machines. I've already gone through the collecting and structure of the army, but I didn't really touch on the scale of what there is left to actually do. So rather than a simple short video, I thought I might cover what there is in the old lead pile. To start us off, I have 5 characters from Evil Clan, all of which have slightly stylised armour and allegiances to each of the Chaos Gods, so they will form the chief command structure for the army. In addition to this, I will aim to find a reasonably priced Astrogoth and convert him up using some 40k parts. I have 3 massive and very stylish bull centaurs from Common Ixynos, which are simply gorgeous. I'll be basing them on 30x60mm extra large cavalry bases and giving them some really elaborate foliage and interesting stuff to trample under their mighty cloven hooves. Of course, no Chaos Dwarf army will be complete without the big hats, of which I have 18, plus a bull centaur leader, who will be ranked in the unit in order to make the whole unit pop. You may remember an old video I did on making units pop. I will be using exactly the same method of mixing base sizes and styles of miniature, then blending them together with a unified paint and basing scheme. The big hats themselves are the 4 metal variants, 10 plastics with metal proxy hats from Admiralty Miniatures on Etsy, plus a command team and a single Blood Bowl model to change it up a bit. I have another 2 units of Chaos Dwarfs to round out the main troops element of the army. They are made up from Ewell Clam's Chaos Dwarfs and a unit of Railpather Europe models, which has been painted by my mate Bazza. On to the Orcs. We have Ruglud's Armoured Orcs, Uzgods, Grimgors and Gorfang's Black Orcs, all in units of 12, with the leaders standing solo on Hexy bases. These will be the shock troops of the Orc and Goblin Horde. Armed to the teeth with heavy armour, various weapons and serious anger issues, they will be a formidable force indeed. The Hobgoblins will be in a large unit of 20 and another smaller one of 10, unless I can find some more models of a similar style to Nightmare Miniatures, plus a Temple Dog mounted Hobgoblin hero. Some of my most enjoyable to paint miniatures have been my various slaves and mutants. So far I have painted a single unit of 20 mutants from Pendragon Miniatures, led by a Chaos Dwarf, a unit of 12 mutants from Eureka Miniatures, led by a mutated Slaver, to push the giant Chaos battering ram, and a mixed unit of skirmishing troops to protect the baggage train. To assist these lads, I'll be adding a further unit of Chaos Goblin mutants and a unit of Chaos Slaves, in the form of a plethora different archer and crossbow models, including half-orcs, beastmen, skaven, and chaos thugs, all led by another pair of chaos dwarfs. I have a unit of 20 metal goblins from Midland Miniatures that I need to paint, plus 2 large units of 100 night goblin bowmen and 100 goblin spearmen. The night goblins are armed with a command group, shaman and 3 fanatics, whilst the goblins have a command group led by a classic Grom miniature. To add some more muscle, I have 5 more mercenary ogres to paint up and a Lamassu lone monster that will roam about eating magic. To keep everyone in check and marshal the slaves, mutants and wild animals, I have 4 Beastmasters that I need to paint too. The war machines are a variety of interesting Chaos Dwarf sculpts and classic dwarfs, including a couple of dwarf flame cannons, a Chaos Dwarf magma cannon that I'm converting with a Goblin war machine, a Chaos Dwarf cook plus attending crew and barbecue, and finally the treadmill of hubris, which I'll be using as an extra large Snotling pump wagon. As you can see, there is plenty left for me to get on with, so I suspect there will be yet another Building a Chaos Dwarf Army series sometime in the near to not too distant future. In the meantime, however, I'll be taking a break from the Chaos Dwarfs to move house and start my new job. I will endeavour to get a Let's Watch video compiled for the series, and we can watch the lot together sometime soon. To that end, I would like to end this video there and open up the comments to you. Be sure to like, share, subscribe and ring the tallyman's bell so you can keep up to date. Peace.